Hey, what's up? What's going on? Happy Saturday. In my cockpit, but feeling a little bit better today. I wanted to kind of go ahead and let me turn this music down. Kind of get back and do an outlook. Haven't been feeling the best last couple of days, so been kind of crappy. But like I said, definitely wanted to just want to make sure it's not too loud. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I didn't want too much time to get away from us and to get back in to the chart. We'll make this like super quick. We will be live trading. I will be live trading back tomorrow at the Globex Open, so it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm gonna tell you kind of what I'm looking at and looking for tomorrow, and yeah, that's so let's just kind of jump right in. So check out to a daily here real quick, where it'll maybe make some sense or not. It just depends. So to get rid of all of the excess, because a lot of people say they can't see with the excess, which is fine, makes sense. All right, so this is essentially where we're getting ready. So Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Monday put in a low of the week. So from a weekly profile perspective, Monday was the low of the week. However, Tuesday was kind of like the indecision, if you will. But if you look back to Friday, okay, there was a hint, and I want to say like last weekly update, weekly recap, and I said the outlook, I was bullish. This week, kind of going into next week, I am also still bullish. Why? Last week we also had essentially one-sided delivery. So this was, like I said, last Friday. That was Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. The difference between last week and this week is last week Tuesday basically closed above Monday. This week, Tuesday closed inside of Monday, so it was kind of like left to Wednesday to determine, kind of what the deal was. And I'll be the first to say, like, I didn't know we had news. We had economic news this week. We had Powell and testimony. Hopefully it was this week, and my weeks and days are not running together, which they are kind of. But there was just a lot. There was a lot of stuff going on this week, as there typically is any other week. However, Wednesday kind of paved the way into Thursday. We also had news yesterday, but as you all know, I like to look at candle range, and I always kind of like to gaze and see if there's a tip, if there's something that's being given away. And the one thing, if you look back, and I know anybody just looking at this could say, how the hell can you determine and where? Well, the easiest way, I'll give you a little tip. It, again, not 100%, doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it will give you the predicate for a particular bias. If you see that it's been holding, it's been displacing, or it's been moving in that given direction. So for example, I'm just going to use the real live what I'm looking for this week, which would be this candle right here. This is the December 18th candle. Yes, the daily from the 18th of December. So that's this one. What we're actually looking to see is if we continue to get a close inside that's ultimately going to be one of the targets. So if I take my chart and tools, I'm already over that. These are all relative equal highs to me. I've got a bunch of, I'll just call it crapola, because it's not going to mean anything to anybody else. But if just from the premise of candle range, we've been holding inside this candle essentially since last week, not this past week, but 2 weeks we've been inside this candle. And not only have we been inside, we've been consistently making higher highs. So it's not really totally unrealistic to now expect that this candle range, this high, this daily, would potentially be taken. So that's kind of the first premise under why I would think. I was also talking about this gap from probably the last couple of weeks, actually. That's kind of been covered, but you could expect to at some point see lower price to kind of paint this and balance this range out a little bit. Don't know when that's going to happen. At some point it will. But getting back to this past week, again, the weekly profile was a Monday low, and actually Friday put in a high. There may be a minimal retracement here before a continuation long, so that's kind of what I'm anticipating going into tomorrow. Now, that's the overall bias. That is last week's delivery, and essentially the outlook is a continued bullish trend. But we're gonna drop down to the 5-minute and show you a couple things in here that I was looking at. Not gonna say 100% I can guarantee, like I know, but one of the things that I was looking at, especially yesterday as we got into the afternoon and where price ended up closing out, as you can see, I was tape reading this. I didn't actually take this position or this trade. I was just tape reading here to see if basically this area of fair value was going to hold. And ultimately, by the time I got back home, I had also, marked out what is here, which is the initial balance. So I marked out the initial balance. This is a 930 to 1030. We actually saw price kind of pop out here at 1055 and close all the way back inside. Did not clear out the sell side. So this was kind of like an idea. Again, didn't do anything. But once we started to basically continue long in this price, I did have an idea. I had a thought to get in long. I honestly did. But I will share something with you guys, and I'll actually go into my Tradeify, because that was the only account really that I traded this week. So I traded last Sunday and then a FUBAR on Thursday, which, like I said, I'll show you guys. But yeah, as price continued to advance long, I was then just kind of looking at this area to see if there was any retracement and if it was a continuation. Because of what I showed you on the daily, I'm still looking for higher price. Didn't know if we were going to get like some kind of ridiculous pop above to, maybe take something out and then close back inside. We didn't get that. So what I would kind of be expecting tomorrow is the possibility, I wouldn't rule it out, but I can't say obviously definitively for sure, but I would not, let me take this off and I'll just show you what I'm looking at. I would not rule out something like this. Just taking this level as a intermediate low, and this is a high. And potentially, not saying, but potentially a move back in. And if you say, well, if it comes back in here, where would it come? Right? Where would it come if it comes all the way back in here? Right here into this fair value gap. So I stuck basically like an equilibrium up here. I wasn't 100% sure. I was, because I didn't know how high this was gonna go. So I was kind of doing like I was trying to estimate the range, right? But if indeed potentially we see a retracement, I wouldn't anticipate seeing it. That's a little off. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a long if it exceeds this, because at that point I'm going to think that it's reaching for something deeper. We've got shortened trade hours on Monday because of what that day is, and yeah, at that point I wouldn't be interested in anything. However, one or two scenarios, if we get a short-term short back into this area, I would definitely be looking for longs. Conversely, the other aspect is, and it might look like a bit of a chase, which I would like to see that happen because it would strengthen my bias a little bit, but hopefully we get a very minimal gap down. If we get a gap up, I don't think that we'll fill the gap to get equal participation before maybe along. But yeah, ideally any kind of open in here is gonna give me confidence to take along. Anything, like I said, below this area, beyond this area of fair value, I'm not really going to be interested in longs. I literally just have to wait and see how things play out. So that's actually that's it for my bias this coming week. I did say I'd show you my Tradeify, which, like I said, is the only account that I traded last week. So I'm up in the account 4,000. Winning percentage is 55%. I did tell you that I had like a couple of foo bars, and I did. So I pretty much gave back about 1,800 if I'm honest, and it's literally it's right here. Let me see if I can change. I think it's a trade log. Yeah, it's a trade log. So as you can see, I'll even, I have no problem showing the screenshots, the receipts as they're called nowadays. So you can see that's a negative 1,561. It even gives you the fact that I took one contract and on the 13th. So this was obviously that was a negative. And also on the 13th, we took this other loss of 380.68, also NAS. Both of these positions were longs, right? And I was early, right? In both cases. We subsequently were able to get back in and made 159.32, so that was a positive. It's reflected by the plus. Also one contract on the 13th. Followed that up with another small 364.32, also positive to the account. And the bigger one actually, this position actually took about an hour and 5 minutes for it to actually pan out, but we closed this one out for 14.32. So what did all of that mean for the account? It basically means that I gave back almost 18 and something to make the difference in about $60. And that's reflected right here. So my Thursday P&L, I took 5 total positions, won 3, lost 2. That's just the commission, but basically the net P&L, it shows you 56.60, and that's after the commissions and everything. So basically it was like 60, I think it's like 68, 69 bucks, right? And then the commission was like 12, yeah, commission is 12.80. 1290, excuse me, 1290. So as you can see, it was almost like I gave myself a hole to claw and dig back out of for us to kind of just arrive about 50-60 bucks ahead of where we already were. If I'd have just stuck to my word, which I guess that was, whatever you want to call it, the composite sentient beings, whomever, that basically said, hey, when you give your word and you say you're going to be out and you're not doing it anymore, you're not touching it, don't touch it. It's like the smack on the wrist, I guess you could say. So that being considered, and said, like, yeah, we'll look and see how tomorrow plays out, and then just based on that, we'll go from there. As far as Topstep, I'm probably going to be doing micros, so I'll get back to actually trading my combine. The practice account here is just ridiculous. I posted on the community tab about this. So I've done 11,564.42 in here, and it's just been one of those it's been an interesting 2 weeks in this account. I'll just say it that way. Not a lot of over trading. I've taken a total in this account. I took a total of 19 trades. 18 worked out in my favor, 1 against me. The profit factor I'm not really going to get into, because I mean that's, it's just kind of absurd. But really it's the best day of total profit. And usually with Topstep, they always basically say you want to be, at or below 50%. And I think this is kind of one of the things where, I even alluded to it in the post. Like I'm really trying to just kind of walk the line of being consistent and not looking for like the home runs that, have this spiral out of control where it's like 60-70%. The fact that it's 31.38, I take a lot more credit in that. And just looking at some of these numbers, the most trades I took on any day was this past Tuesday. I took 5, and that was a $2,500 day. However, the biggest day out of all of these days was Monday. I took 2 positions on Monday. That was a $3,600 day. Every other day, the most I took in any other day, last Friday I took 4, and last Thursday I took 3. So I took 11 trades this week. I took 8 last week. I could have dialed back on Tuesday this week, and reasonably I could have actually dialed back last Friday as well. Both of those days, it wasn't like I saw something that wasn't there. Like I saw something that was definitive that I was like, yeah, I'll go do that. And the greed factor didn't kick in. And what I mean by that is, just because I saw it in a practice account, I wasn't willing to jump directly into my Tradeify and take that as well. So just a little bit of discipline, even though I was undisciplined come Thursday. Like I said, in the end, it worked out. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it for this video. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in. If you got some enjoyment or got some good informational stuff out of the video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, we'll be live streaming tomorrow, Globex Open, and into the evening. See if this idea, this bias plays out tomorrow. See what and if that delivers. If not, we'll just be shooting the shit as we typically do, having a good time, talk trade, talk life, talk all kinds of crap. And I'm just gonna try to continue to improve. Like I said, I haven't been feeling great last couple of days. I'm feeling a little bit better this afternoon, this evening. So hopefully that just kind of continues. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.